Georgia defensive lineman Travon Walker has risen up the draft charts higher than anyone from this past season. If you look at his versatility amongst the Georgia defense, it's unrivaled and reminds me a lot of Rashawn Gary's role at the University of Michigan, who I think a lot of people saw when he was coming out, the upside, and we're seeing that now in Green Bay. I still think Walker's got some development, and I think his best football days are ahead of them. But there's no doubt the size, the intangibles, and everything else that you saw on tape from Georgia is going to transition extremely well at the NFL level.
Devin Lloyd is one of my favorite players in this draft. A linebacker out of Utah is an absolute stud that jumps off the tape. Now, he really reminds me of a guy that also played at Utah. That's one Fred Warner. Now, listen to this. They are the exact same height at 6'3". They are 1 pound apart at 235 and 236, and their 40 times were 2 100ths apart. They are almost the identical player, but I thought Lloyd popped a little bit more on tape than Warner when he was coming out. And I think he translates into a stronger NFL talent, which is why I think he'll be projected to go in the first round, late in the first round, while Warner went lower in the third round. But ultimately, I think Devin Lloyd is going to make some team really happy to make him the centerpiece of their defense.
What's up, everybody? Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, talking Luke Fortner out of Kentucky, who compares favorably to Chase Roulier, who plays for the Washington Commanders at 6'4", 302 pounds. What I like about Fortner is I'm a big fan of his movement skills because he's capable of getting out on long pulls and screens with ease. Very good footwork and overall athleticism. He does a really good job of running his feet once he's engaged with the defender, whether that's he's beat initially or he gets into the D lineman first. His feet either keep him right in the fight or helps him win outright. Now, with regard to his hand usage, he could stand better to be a little bit at shooting them first on a defender. Too often, he's a half beat late, and that's going to have to get a little bit more consistent as he moves forward.
Wyoming's Chad Mumma reminds me of Channing Crowder. He's a run-stopping machine, but don't be fooled. He has the athleticism to play in space, too. He blazed a 4.6 340 at the combine, and he fits the mold of today's off-ball linebacker who can do just about everything. He moves well laterally, can sort through trash to get to the ball, and consistently makes plays at or behind the line of scrimmage. He's a wrap-up tackler with the sturdiness to set the edge and run support, and then get to the ball carrier on the ground quickly. Mumma's sideline-to-sideline speed showed up on tape all the time, though he's not looking to run around blocks. He's happy to run through people if that's what it takes. Put another way, he is a heat-seeking missile. Mumma's a good tackler, but sometimes he can be too aggressive. He'll need to learn to throttle down against bigger, faster, stronger opponents. He also has the ability to blitz off the edge with the power to take on offensive tackles as well. He had just 5.5 sacks the last 3 seasons, and while he can line up in the slot, you don't want to match up with NFL number 3 receivers. He doesn't have the ability to consistently flip his hips and stay in phase in those matchups.
Arkansas cornerback Monty Brown was one of the early entrants into this 2022 NFL draft class. We have compared him to Vikings cornerback Nate Hairston. The Razorback gets caught out of position and is known to gamble in coverage. He gets handsy downfield in routes, and that can lead to more penalties at the next level. He has a quick key and trigger downhill. The Arkansas native shows fluid hips and is able to change directions with ease. He does a good job staying in the hip pocket of receivers, but is average top end speed. Brown is not afraid to be physical in addition to having good ball production, culminating with 5 interceptions in 2021.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.